Under pressure, Ayub Khan at first responded by flinging his opponents into jail. But the pressure was sustained. The army, which had put him in power, stood on the sidelines as the rioting students battled it out with the police. The prison doors were opened, and the president agreed to stand down and to meet his opponents. Democracy is not the only problem. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman is the spokesman for East Pakistan, divided from the west by 1,000 miles of India, held to the west only by a common Muslim faith. He has come to the talks this week to gain at least a large measure of home rule for the east. If it is not granted, he threatens complete withdrawal from the Union. No West Pakistani politician can rule without his support. Sheikh Rahman was imprisoned by the president. So were these members of his party. Now they represent a powerful force. He is a right-winger who believes in a measure of socialism. Above all, his passion is a fair deal for East Pakistan.
East Pakistan must get full regional autonomy. They must be self-sufficient in all respect. And also they must get their share, due share, legitimate share in this central administration.
Does this in fact mean a whole change in the balance of power in Pakistan, with the East in fact having much more influence over the West and running the West rather than the West running the East, as is the present situation?
If you believe in democracy, then you must accept the fundamental rights of democracy, the majority rule. You can't deny it, can you? But I think the people of East Pakistan had no intention to exploit or to govern anybody. And you see, this is a democratic country. And there is always political parties. Political parties cannot be concentrated in one part alone. It must be all Pakistani basis. That the West Pakistan party man of mine will get the same share, same responsibility as these Pakistan people will get.
The Bengalis used the occasion to proclaim a kind of de facto independence. To the crack of a 1.5-gun salute, a rifle and what looked to be a Luger pistol, student groups hoisted the new Bangladesh flag before a crowd of some 10,000 people. But the Bengali people have tasted the influence of their own numbers. Sheikh Mujib's rhetoric and their own slogans have convinced them that compromise is tantamount to surrender.
East Pakistan, which has only 15% of the land but considerably more than half of the people, feels it's being treated as a colony. Last December, there were elections, and the Awami League of East Pakistan, led by Sheikh Mujibur Rahman, won a majority of the seats in the National Assembly, which runs both halves of the country. But the President of Pakistan, Yahya Khan, has yet to allow the Assembly to convene. The Assembly was to draw up a new constitution. Fighting broke out, and the president reimposed martial law in East Pakistan. Civil war was forecast earlier this week when the East Pakistanis showed their own flag. Then they took to the streets, calling for autonomy. They refused to believe reports of an agreement between President Yahya and Sheikh Mujib. And Mujib encouraged them while negotiating with Yahya. He moved easily among the demonstrators at the rallies. A tall, imposing figure, a consummate politician, he's become a symbol of the frustrations of the East Pakistan people who claim they're treated as second-class citizens. Mujib has two powerful advantages. East Pakistan produces most of the world's jute and earns badly needed foreign exchange, and East Pakistan buys 40% of everything made in West Pakistan. Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, the leftist who is Yahya's chief opposition in West Pakistan, has complicated the situation. He has fought to keep Mujib and Yahya from reaching agreement. But Mujib seemed supremely confident that he would win in the end.
And behind the goal. Are you sure to win this goal?
Nobody going to stop it.
Of how the terror began.
This slightly blurry amateur videotape, which has been kept hidden, shows Pakistani soldiers executing students, professors, and workers at the University of Dhaka last March 26th. The first sequence shows Pakistani soldiers forcing students to carry and pile up the bodies of victims already killed. A Pakistani execution squad lined up slightly to the right of the center of the screen. About 20 people were herded onto the killing ground from the right corner of the picture. One man, dressed in black, dropped to his knees and begged for mercy. The Pakistani soldiers opened fire. One man was left standing after the first barrage. He was finally killed by the Pakistani soldiers seen with a rifle. Then the Pakistanis went among the bodies, shooting close up to make sure their victims were dead. This is just one small episode of the Pakistani massacre. The killings were the beginning of a reign of terror by Pakistan, which set off a revolt by the Bengalis.
Residents say the Pakistani troops took Bengali civilians to the waterway every day for mass executions. Now only scattered bones and tattered clothes remain as grim reminders of the slaughter. Every few yards along the canal banks lie human skeletons. Locals claim tens of thousands died here. Massacres took place in many parts of Khulna. The victims were Bengalis, especially members of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman's Awami League, Hindus, students, and professional men. Khulna residents speak bitterly of the murder and raping which went on for months.
Yesterday, my 11-year-old son telephoned me from Karachi, and he said to me, "Do not come back. It is a document of surrender. We do not want to see you back in Pakistan if you come like that. I will not take back a document of surrender from the Security Council. I will not be a party to a legalization of aggression. The Security Council has failed miserably, shamefully. For 4 days we have deliberated here. For 4 days the Security Council has procrastinated. Why? Because the object was for Dhaka to fall. That was the object was to be from the beginning. Alright, so what if Dhaka falls? So what if the whole of East Pakistan falls? So what if the whole of West Pakistan falls? So what if we are obliterated? We'll build a new Pakistan. We'll build a better Pakistan.